Okay, so today we're going to solve simple equations. I'm nervous.
Citizen's election, would a caretaker please report to the office for a lock? Would a caretaker please report to the office?
I'm going to buy the caretaker's walkie-talkies. So, we're solving equations. First thing, what is an equation? Most people can recognize something like this as an equation. It's called an equation because it has an equal sign. The equal sign means the same. This is really, really, really important. When we solve equations, what we're trying to do is isolate a variable. So we're trying to get this variable by itself so we can solve for x. Now, we have to ask ourselves, how do we get this x by itself? For the love of God, please don't move the 7 or the 2 over. There's no operation in math called bringing it over, so we're not going to bring it over. What we're going to do is use opposite operations to get rid of the 7 and to get rid of the 2. So if I'm sitting with a 2x plus 7 equals 3, and I need to get rid of a plus 7, I use the opposite operation. I subtract 7 to get rid of it. Now because there's an equal sign, I have to do the same thing on the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract 7 over here as well. If I subtract 7 from this side of the equation, I'm left with 2x, because positive 7 minus 7 equals 0. On the other side of the equal sign, where I've done the same thing, because equals means the same, I have 3 minus 7, which leaves me with negative 4. Now, I need to get rid of this 2 to isolate the x. So I'm going to divide, because this means this 2x means 2 times x. The opposite of 2 times is going to be divided by 2. So I divide by 2. I have to do the same thing on both sides of the equation. So I'm going to divide by 2. On the left-hand side, the 2's cancel and I'm left with 1x. On the right-hand side, I have negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2. Okay, so let's try another one. If we have something like it's okay, I can pause it. We'll go like 8 or something. Yeah, it should work. So again, I would like to isolate the x so that I can solve this equation. I have to do the opposite operations on both sides of the equal sign. We're doing the same thing to both sides of the equal sign because the equal sign means the same. I can't stress this enough. The same. So the first thing I feel like getting rid of is this minus 4. The opposite of minus 4 is to plus 4, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides of the equal sign. On the left-hand side, I'm left with 2x divided by 3 is equal to 8 plus 4, which is 12. Now, I feel like getting rid of the divided by 3. The opposite operation of divided by 3 is multiplying by 3. I have to do this to both sides of the equation because the equal sign means the same. On the left-hand side, 3 divided by 3 is 1. So they cancel out, you have 2x. On the right-hand side of the equation, I end up with...
Would Miss Anna Maria please report to the office? Miss Anna Maria, report to the office, please.
With 12 times 3, which is 36. Last but not least, I want to get rid of the 2. If this is 2 times x, so the opposite operation is to divide by 2. Again, I do the same thing to both sides. My 2's cancel on the left-hand side, and I'm left with x. And on the other side, I end up with 36 divided by 2, which is 18. So x equals 18.